Hello guys, welcome back. And in today's video, we're gonna go over the new banner that they just announced. Well, I was sleeping, but 9 hours ago. Eternity banner. Now, this is a rate up banner. So it's gonna go in conjunction, it's gonna be up in conjunction with Jessica's banner. So, like most people are gonna use their pools on Jessica, but for all the spenders or people that are skipping Jessica for someone else, maybe this is appealing to you. So, I mean, Eternity wasn't supposed to be here, quote unquote. People were asking for Anna Lee, but you know why they were asking for Anna Lee? Because of this, because of the CN banner schedule. But we're not following this. So can you guys stop looking at this? We're not following it. We're not following. We got inverted Druvis. We got Druvis on Melania. Then we got something else on Pickles. I believe it was Regulus, right, or something like that. And then we got Druvis, and now we're getting then Voyager, and now we're getting Eternity. So Anna Lee, people were saying this because Anna Lee in China was like at the same time, almost like right at the end of 1.2 in China. But why are you looking at this? We're not following it. So also, not only we're not following it, but the 5-star rate ups that we have in their banners, they're not even the same as the rate up that they had on China. So don't even look at them because like they're not coming at the same order. But that said, that order might still be used in our advantage. For example, I doubt they're gonna start doing reruns of the same characters that we already had. They will probably, before they restart, they probably gonna first have a rate up for every single 5-star from standard banner, and then start reoccurring, right? Like a new A Knight, a new Sotheby, etc., or maybe other orders, etc. So characters that we didn't have yet from standard as a rate up, they have a higher chance to come every time we change into the next banner. So now at day one, everybody had the same chance, but now it's restricting a little bit. So next time there is a higher chance that it's going to be either Lilia, Anna Lee, Medicine Pocket, stuff like that. Okay, so keep that in mind. So and prepare by assuming which one it might be next, but keep in mind that it might not be. Okay, on top of that, we also have different rate ups. We have a Charlie rate up and a Click is the same, but Charlie is a new addition. It was supposed to be quote unquote Baby Blue, but they picked Charlie from the Anna Lee banner and went and put her on the Eternity one. Now this is kind of a bait banner. I feel like it's like kind of like a test banner. For example, like if you're holding for Black Dwarf, you're gonna have to wait probably more than a month, probably like another 40 days or something to get Black Dwarf. So what are they doing is they give you an alternative now. Do you want to get Eternity? Do you want to get Eternity? Are you missing a mineral DPS perhaps? Right? So this banner is probably here to make you use your pools so you don't have them when Black Dwarf arrives. So if you really want Black Dwarf and you just don't need any mineral DPS, but you really want Black Dwarf or Caravana, I believe she's called, right? So do not pull on this banner, obviously, unless you want to get some Charlie copies. Charlie might be worth investing a little bit of pulls, like maybe 10, and then stop if you get her, cool. If you don't, whatever, right? Just because Charlie becomes really, really, really good on P3. So let's go check really quick. We're not gonna check their kits because like you already know them, and on top of that, you can just go read them, right? So we're gonna talk about the portraits here. Charlie becomes really good on P3, and that's why you always hear like, oh, P3, P5 is crazy, but P3 at that point she's better than Lilia. You can use her, right? You know why? Because they basically says that the effect of this card changes like additional deals mental damage when the caster is below 80%. So it makes it easier to trigger the extra mental damage that you get from the card, because usually it's 50%. So you need to kind of be dying, which you don't want to, because Charlie is one of the squishiest characters in the game with Tooth Fairy. So you really don't want to be here. And having 80% as on P3 makes this deal more damage more reliably, it's going to be easier for you to do this, to get this extra damage, right? So, and on top of that, the ult, which is a mass dispel and mass damage, by itself it's 300%. So you might say, it's a little low. I mean, it's understandable, it's a 5-star, but if you get it to P5, you get plus 200% from the base value, right? So that's pretty good. On click, the portraits don't really do anything. They just give you more damage and more damage on different cards and on the ult. So I'm assuming it's gonna be way better if you have him P5 for some reason, like somehow, not for some reason, somehow you get him to P5, but still, I do not think many characters do the same that he does, but I can see some people using him because he has like he has Moxie removal on the one of the card level 2, this one, Moxie removal, and then he has blind, which is a lot of damage mitigation and damage like removal, let's say, damage percentage removal on the mobs, on the enemies. So you have the ult that gives you lens cap. Lens cap is damage on reality only. Is a reality only tank, basically. Mitigator, or whatever the fuck. Damage taken at action plus 15, and then you also have lens cap on both I1 and I3. If you have lens cap on I3, you get penetration. If every 2 rounds, you get lens cap automatically by 1 round. But this one is giving it to everybody. So it's a real. If you're fighting reality damage, using click might help you, but keep in mind that it might be suffering in some aspects, like damage, for example. That's why it gets penetration probably on I3. He also gets damage taken -8, so it's a more tailored towards tanking, like being tanky, mitigating reality damage than anything else, in my opinion. Sure, 400 is pretty high. He also removes 2 Moxie if you get to level 3. Same damage on the debuff, and you also inflict blind. The ult is 300%, but you can get it to 450. Wait, is it that one? Yeah, 450 with P5. So I understand some people might not want to use him because it's spirit. It makes sense, and that's probably why it's not really used, or it's like neglected. People don't really care because of it. But it's not like it's a bad unit. So if you don't mind someone being spirit, or maybe if you want to build them for some special stages where you're fighting intellect, then maybe click is still a good option. But mainly this banner is for Eternity and Charlie. So if you don't want Eternity, maybe, and you need a mineral DPS, don't pull on this one unless you want Charlie, but still you're risking getting a character that you don't want. But if you still want to do 10 pulls and then it is what it is, it's fine, right? I personally, I am saving for Jessica. I have quite a bit of pity saved. I think it's like 25 or something. It's a little bit high. I kind of don't want to risk getting Eternity, but I will do, I think, a total of 10 pulls. Maybe I'll do mono pulls and see if I randomly get a Charlie very early so I don't waste too many pulls, because I don't have that many left. I might have to save a little bit. Maybe I'll pull Jessica first, and then if I have a leftovers, then I will try on this banner, because I don't have a mineral DPS. And getting my Charlie is P2, so as I just said, I would really like to have her P3 so I can use her. And I mean, I still have Lilia, she's I3, P1, but I still want to use Charlie. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to still build Charlie at some point, even if I have star coverage. Sometimes I feel like Charlie might be better in some aspects, since she also has the must dispel, and I don't have a mineral DPS, which is bothering me a lot, especially in current limbo, since for example 5-1, which was really annoying to clear. I really wanted to have an Eternity there to carry my ass to win, right? So that's what I'm gonna do. So that's it. That's the banner. Hopefully, like, what are you gonna do? Are you pulling for this? Are you skipping for Jessica? Are you trying to pick up a Charlie? Are you getting Eternity, or are you saving for Black Dwarf? What do you guys think? Maybe you wanted Medicine Pocket. Maybe you wanted Anna Lee. We'll see what's up after this. We'll see. So yeah, thank you for watching. See you next time.